Hello, dear ones. I am Maria Eleonora Madalena, and this is the Starseed Awakening Show. And today, I will bend your mind in a good way. You probably will not believe in everything that you're going to hear today, or agree, or whatever. Maybe you feel triggered and wants to walk away, and everything is valid. And today we're gonna contact the galactics, the archangels, beings from higher dimensions that are working intensively at this moment to help us rise our vibration. And there is a group in Europe that has been working since 2020, connecting the galactics telepathically, getting messages, getting insights to help on this transition. I have here with me today Natasha, and she will tell a little bit about this group, and then later on I will invite some of the galactics and I will channel them for you. Natasha, welcome to the Starseed Awakening Show.
Thank you, Eleonora, for your invitation. Well, I'll try to do my best to give some information, and I'm looking forward to our today's contact with our beloved galactics. Do you want to know anything about me or from me?
Yes, I would like you just to explain a little bit when you started this telepathic communication with the galactics. It can be very brief.
Okay. The knowledge about their existence has been in me for a long time, since the 90s. That was just knowledge, just information, and the confidence that there are a lot of lightful beings around us, not only angels, but also civilizations on other planets, in other galaxies. Then, since 2015, I started to learn or to study a course in miracles, in its version, in its source version, and that is the wall text, which is much deeper than that what people know in the blue books. And there I got the information or more knowledge about our aspects, that we went into separation, and the separation wasn't only from God, from our source, but we all were split. Our oneness was split. And our task, Jesus said, our task is to collect together all our aspects, and our aspects are everywhere in this material world, but also in the kingdom of God. And this is what I did. I knew that there, for example, Raptors and Dracos, and I knew that my aspects are also there. And so it was my function to collect them under the banner of my soul, and the wholeness of my soul was healed. It was reconstructed, and the soul awakens, and such a soul can't be defeated, can't be overrun. Yes, and this is the work I did with A Course in Miracles, seeing Christ in everyone, in dark ones, in lightful ones, in everyone, because our oneness is the Christ. And this is the way I was led to the contacts with our galactic brethren, because they contact those people on our planet who have reached this upper level of overwhelming love. Yeah, loving everyone, everybody, everything. Yes, and that was the condition in which I was, and that's why beginning with 2020, 2021, 2022, when my telepathic contact to Jesus happened, a very long one, then also a telepathic session with Helen Schuckman and with Bill Tedford, with Ken Wapnick, and so on, until in November 2021, the contact to our galactic brethren was built up by our beloved source, by our Creator, and since October 2023. There started our collective telepathic sessions with our galactic friends and helpers, Pleiadians, Syrians, Arcturians, and with blue avians too. Also from the galaxy of Andromeda. With a raptor, with the white dragon. Sorry.
If you'd like, I can take over now and you can drink some water. So let me just give you a little background. Natasha was the one who encouraged me, who first invited me to have telepathic transmission, telepathic channeling. Before I was just automatic writing, even though I knew I could just speak. But you know, sometimes until you do something, you are kind of afraid of try. And she encouraged me, and I've been developing that since then. I think it was about 6 months ago, and I've been developing more that ability. And don't go anywhere, because today we're gonna connect with Ashtar Sheran, the good one, because there is some representations out there. What happened is the dark forces, sometimes they like to smear the good names, and they will try anything to confuse people. So you may connect with someone that say that's the Ashtar Sheran, but actually it's not. But how you discern if you are really connect with the one that's from the light? Through the message. It's very simple. Jesus once told you know the person by the fruit. So just pay attention to the message that he will convey to us. If it's not of love and light, so it's probably not the right one. You do your own discernment later. We also will connect with Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, and some of the blue avians. And I will see who else wants to come first. Natasha, is that okay if I just start channeling the first one?
Yes, let's begin. Yes, and to that, what you have just said, I have a very important thought. As you said, some people are afraid of such contacts because they are afraid of the possibility that dark forces could intervene and could cheat them. Don't be afraid of that, if your heart is earnest, if your heart is truthful, if your way of life is truthful, if your thoughts, deeds, and words are one, not the way as some people do. They think some things, they speak other things, and do absolutely different things. No, in that case, of course, dark forces would influence you, and they are your helpers. Those who show you the way to the truth, to God's truth. And when you have reached this condition, that you don't lie, that you don't cheat, you don't intrigue, you are faithful, truthful, and earnest. In that case, you don't have to fear anything, because this is the frequency, the vibration, which dark forces themselves are afraid of. Yeah?
Well
They are
said.
afraid of light, of love, of truth. Yes, but we love them. We love them. That is what I learned in the Course in Miracles, and that is what I practice every day, or better to say every night before going to bed. Giving love to all the planet, to the ionosphere of the whole planet, so that the brilliant white light goes through me, through the North Pole, and the contaminated energy, the dark energy, goes out through the South Pole, out of our planet, and the whole planet is wrapped in my love. And those who are dark, those who are hateful, those who are revengers, loveless, they get the most of my love, because they are sick. Yeah, they are sick. They are sick because they don't live God's love, and that's why they are sick. And sick children always get more care, more love from the loving mother. And that is also my function. Our function is to love everybody, not to problems with my English. Okay, I hope you have understood.
Okay. And I like to add to what Natasha said. The dark forces, or I like to say the low vibration beings, they will, even though if you have a good intention, they may use a trauma that you have in your mind or a fear to connect to you. And I can tell you that what's really clarified my mind, my subconscious, from that and allow me to do this work was A Course in Miracles. Because there is a lots of people with already love in their heart, because everybody has love, because we are made from love to love for love. But in many people still have a lot of layers of illusions, of trauma, of suffering and fear. And A Course in Miracles will help you peel those layers. And sometimes, even though you have a good intention, but if you are still having a lot of those traumas, those low vibrational beings knows how to get to you through them. So if you are entertaining the idea of channeling, of connect with other dimensions, and you think you still have some work, some shadow work to do, I highly recommend A Course in Miracles. So let us start our communication today. And the first one, I will just ask who wants to come first. as Natasha said, is a telepathic communication. I don't receive the message word by word. I receive a block of energy that is translated to words using my own vocabulary. And I usually put my hand here. I don't have to. I only like to do because I feel the energy more centered in my heart center. And I also don't need to close my eyes, but I keep it closed so I don't get distracted. So let's start. I put the intention to connect to any being of love and light that has a message to humanity at this moment, especially for the volunteers, for the Starseeds that already know they came here with a purpose, that there is a purpose that's more than just feed the matrix in an 8 to 5 job. They know there is more to life, to their life, and they don't quite get yet. They are started to listening to the call. Who is here now? Dear children of light, I am Ashtar Sheran. I know this name has been smeared in many channels. There are some that say that it's me, but it's not me. And today you do your own judgment. We don't like to say judgment. Let's say you do your own discernment. If you resonate with the message, so that message is for you. If you do not resonate with the message, it is okay. I would like to invite all beings of love and light incarnated in this beautiful planet at this moment. I invite the higher self and the spirit guides of all the volunteers that can benefit from this transmission to make this transmission available for them. You are a being of light. You were made an image of your creator. So you are love. Love is expansion. Love is creativity. Love is happiness. Anything else that constrain you, that shrink you, is the absence of love. You come here forgetting who you are, because that's the design of this place. You need to forget. But each one of you came with triggers to remember, start to remember. But it's not just about remember. Each one of your vessels were carefully designed. Your DNA was carefully enhanced, manufactured, to align you with all the abilities that you can use to fulfill your mission. You may perceive that there is some abilities coming up at this moment. Think that sounds like extraordinary. Things that you may hide from your loved ones that you know they're not going to understand. The reason why that's happening is because the call is getting stronger and stronger. The vibration of the planet is rising and is touching you. It's activating your light codes. And some of your abilities, gifts, are starting to showing up. Whoever has peeled more of the layers of illusion will have more gifts activated at this moment. All the answers that you need, it's already inside you. But sometimes it's hard to hear on the noise of chaos and misunderstanding and judgment of the surroundings. Find a quiet moment. Be with yourself or with nature and listen to your heart. Listen to that internal voice that tells you exactly what is your best next step towards your mission, towards your purpose. And we'd like to call your attention to a weapon that has been used against humanity. That weapon is called judgment. It's even worse than fear. Judgment. You have been taught that if you don't put your opinion about things, you are cut off. You're not feeling, you're not human. You're supposed to have an idea about everything. With your limited vision, you're supposed to give an ultimate about what it is. No judgment from a narrow point of view can represent the truth. So you are better off no judging. And then people confuse discernment with judgment. What is the difference? Discernment is when you have a situation, the situation is yours. And then you have to discern what is available for you and which paths you have available to give your next step. And then we discern which one is more in alignment with what you want to experience in this moment. And judgment is not really your business. You are just observing something that's not your business. But you think you must have an opinion over it. And your opinion is the truth. How dare you don't believe me? How dare you say that my judgment is not the correct one? What we have to say for that is stay in your own lane. It's important to have discernment because each one of you have free will and you're supposed to use your free will to decide your next step moment by moment. You are listening to the call. It's getting louder. The job that you do just for money to get things but you really hate no longer fulfill you. It's drain you. You wake up sad knowing that you have to go to work. If it's that your case, start entertaining a change. First, you need to make peace with that job. Because somehow, in some moment, that job serves you. But that doesn't mean you have to be there forever. But make peace with that. Be grateful for all the teaching, all the experience, all the learning that you had there. Forgive your colleagues that are not ready to get out the matrix. And start entertaining another career that is more in alignment with what your hearts desire. For each one of you will be different, will be something different, because each one of you came with your one individuality, with your one mission and specifically designed just for you. And you know what it is. What's really fulfill you that you started doing. You forget to eat, you forget to go to the bathroom. This is your passion. If you have bills to pay, you don't have to leave your job right now, unless you feel really guided to do. But you start doing more of your passion every day, even if it's for 1 hour. We mean a minute. You probably laugh because where I will carve 1 hour in my busy schedule to do what I want. Okay, so start with a minute. You should have a minute. Trust me, you have a minute to start. And by doing that consistently, what is happening, you is slowly rising your vibration and aligning your vibration with this new career that's already forming in your mind. And the universe will pick up that signal and rearrange things for you. It's just like that. And then you say, what? But what do you mean by the universe? It's too vague. Yes, it is too vague. You guys like to say the universe. But actually there is a big team working intensively to make things work out for you. And the only thing that's in the way is your own thoughts, the judgment and the fear. Ask and it will be given. And trust that you receive. And your job is just to raise your vibration close enough to receive what you ask for. How you align with your purpose. Sooner or later you need to start peeling those layers of illusion and suffering. As our dear one said, A Course in Miracles, especially for the Western society, is the greatest tool that you can use at this moment. So dear one, you have all the answers. They are inside you. They will come straight to you. Turn off the noise. Turn off the television. Go in nature or go quiet and listen. Listen. And trust if an idea excites you, encourages you, and they'll say, oh, what the others are going to think of me? Oh no, this is too hard. If we are telling you that you can do it, just do with things that you already have at the moment. Oh, but in about 2 months, you're going to need this, and that, and how we're going to get that. Don't worry about those things. Start with what you have. And then you're going to see the miracles happening. All the synchronicities happening. And then you can understand that everything is always working out for your highest good. I know we could speak forever, and I say we because I'm not an individuality. We are a collective. So all the beings that will come here, they will refer more to we, and that's the reason. Passing the fourth dimension, starting the fifth dimension, all beings knows that we are all one. So there is no I, there is only we. Even though that sometimes, because you guys like labels, so we give you a label, an individual label, just to settle your nerve system. Okay, I'm talking to Ashtar Sheran, that's it. Oh no, I'm talking to the collective. How big is that collective? How expanded? Then the mind goes on and on. So I will pass the word to another person, to another being. You are made of love, to love, and for love. Ashtar Sheran. Hi, dear.
Wonderful. Yes, that was wonderful. Yeah, I enjoyed it very much.
Yes, me too. He was the first time. Let me see who wants to come next. I put the intention to another being of love and light that are working for the ascension of the planet, helping each human being rise their vibration and peel the layers of illusion that are keeping them in suffering. Who would like to come next? Hello, lovely, amazing, magnificent beings of Earth. I am Archangel Metatron. When you hear this name, you feel, wow, that carries authority. He's strong, and so on. What if I tell you that I am you and you are me? What if I tell you that you are as strong as me or even more? What if I tell you that what's really holding you back is fear? Because when you decided to come to this, between quotes, separation, this experience of separation, you took the most courageous act that a being can do. Come to Earth is the most challenging thing any spirit can do. And you did it. And then you are so courageous, and there is a system that tells you that you need to be afraid. And then there is that light ball inside you that says, hang on a minute, that doesn't resonate. Because I feel that fire inside me that tells me that I can do anything. And then there is a system that tells that I need to be afraid of not having money, of getting sick, of losing a loved one. Which voice should I listen to? The flame inside me, or this noise? This background noise that is so loud and annoying. That's the thing. Each one of you come with free will. You decide moment by moment. But you have been seduced to decide against you. Yes. You have been seduced to decide against you. You have been seduced to do things that is not in your best interest. How do you know that? Okay. Your body is organic. All the elements there is in your body, there is in the planet. Everybody knows that things that are alike, when they join together, they thrive. And then we spend a whole day in boxes. Boxes that has absolutely nothing, no connection with nature. If you are lucky, you can look at a little plant in a vase. But they are so creative that many of those little plants, they are plastic. So can't get much out of that. Well, we still can, because if it's all in your imagination. You see a beautiful flower made with plastic, but if you can use your imagination to connect with the sense of a real flower, that thing is still helping. But let's not go out of track. You are a being of light, and the light is already inside you. And see all those programs that tell you the system, the financial system says that you need to be afraid of not having enough money. The sickness health system tells you that you need to be afraid of getting sick. The entertainment needs you that you are not good enough, that you need to change yourself. You need to change who you are to deserve love. What a discrepancy of that. Because all cells of your being is love. There is nothing on you that is not loving. But they say that you need to change yourself to deserve love. And then let's create another layer of fear. The biggest fear, everything summarized just to one fear, the fear of death. Fear of lose this body and stop this experience. That's true, you don't want to finish this experience sooner than you plan to. But death in search does not exist. Because you are an eternal being. If this body dies, you just get another one. Oh, but then I'm not going to be with the same family and so on and so on. What if I tell you that you keep doing that in the same family? So you're not even really losing anything. The biggest fear is the fear of death. But that's an illusion, because death does not exist. Most of the things that you fear, I would say 99% of the things that you fear, is all illusion. And many of them do not happen. Why they do not happen? Usually you create things. You are the one who creates your reality moment by moment. But when the system, there is a fear-based program teaching you to be afraid of something, to be thinking about that thing all the time, actually you unknowingly is creating that thing. But there is that energy, that light, that's what you are, that's loving, that's counterbalance that all the time. Otherwise, all those 99% of those bad things, those fears that you feed every day, they all come over you. So there is a protective mechanism. But you don't even need to be inside this battle. Connect to the higher part of you. Connect to your guides. Get access to the information that you already know, but you forgot. That it tells you that everything is always working out for you. It's okay to live the experience that you are living at this moment, but if it's not fun, you can change it just by changing your mind. Oh, but it's too hard because my grandfather did, my father did, and my father taught us to do. And I don't know how many generations before was doing the same thing. How now you want me to change my idea about that? When I change my idea about this thought, this belief that all my generation defend so strongly, it's like I'm telling that my father was wrong, my grandpa was wrong, everybody was wrong. You don't need to tell in their face. It was true for them, but it doesn't need to be true for you. If it's not serving you, if it's not bringing you expansion, creativity, and joy, it's not for you. And it's okay to let it go. It's okay for you to be the first one to break the cycle and choose love. Love for yourself first. Because another weapon that is used against humanity is the idea of sacrifice. Sacrifice, some people think that comes from courage. It has nothing to do with courage. Because sacrifice creates resentment. And many times come from shame. Shame, it has the vibrational frequency of 20. Guilt, 30. Resentment, anger, 150. While love, that's where you start to perceiving yourself as God, is 500. It's too much of a gap. You have all the answers. Start listening. You don't have to be in fear, in suffering, in poverty. That's not why you came here. You came here to express, to connect with yourself first, with one another. And you only suffer, but let's explain. Challenging and suffering is two different things. You can go to a challenge. You suffer not for the event itself. You suffer for the story that you are telling yourself about what happened. If you change the story, even though it was hard, you're gonna see that an experience that will bring you expansion. You are love. Everything, every cell of your body is love. Anything else is illusion. And you can let it go. You can wake up. You can wake up of the nightmare and live a happy dream. Why you are here? Because here is not your home. Your home is with God, Source, all it is. But it's time for humanity to live a happy dream, to remember the sparkle, the fire, the love, the light that reside inside each one. Peel all those layers of illusion and suffering and walk as light beings on this beautiful planet. Whoever does that first, just put light on the way for others to do the same. We are Metatron, and we thank you for this invitation. Yes.
Yeah, super. Yeah. Wonderful. Thank you, dear
You're
Eleonora.
welcome. Would you like to call any specific one, or should I keep just asking whoever want to come? Or you have a question?
Yes, I have a question, but I also had a vision during your connection with Ashtar Sheran. I saw a great crowd of our galactic brothers and sisters, all happy, all light, all loving. It was a wonderful feeling. Yes, and my question is, perhaps we could ask Blue Avians, when will our close contact, open contact happen, that we are face to face, they and us, the people of the earth, the lightful ones, the loving ones, those who make no separation. Yes, but and as you said, no judgment, but open hearts of little children. When will our open, close contact happen? Will it happen this year? Or perhaps next year, or perhaps it's too early, or perhaps it will happen soon. I'm looking forward to that. From night to night, I see phenomena in the dark sky. Spaceships moving and sparkling up and then going out. Yes, nice things. Those can't be planes because the sparkling is different. But what I'm looking forward to is that we meet together, that we can embrace each other. When will that happen?
That's a great question that I want to know too. Okay, and you'd like to, I think I can see it here. Let me see who it is. I would like to invite the Blue Avian Collective. You know, we want names, so give a name to us to answer the question where we can see an open contact with our brothers and sisters from the stars. Who is here? Dear beings of light, I am Avethra. I represent the Blue Avian Collective. I know so many of you has been waiting for this moment. When the open contact will happen, what you have to say is, it's already started. But at this moment, Earth has many timelines, all interacting with each other. That has been open contacts. And people that are in certain timelines already have that experience. They already know. And the numbers are increasing. And the timelines are shrinking and joining with others. More contacts, more open contacts will continue to happen. And will be more visible to many, many people. What you heard is that it will be a big event where around the globe, so many of us will initiate contact that the powers of be or powers of four will not be able to hide it. Because each one of you has a smartphone with access to put in the web. And I would say that it will happen next year. Somewhere in between February and June. And then you'll say, oh, why so much stress? Because the humans have free will. And there is a loss of holdback. Of course, we have the ability to show up right now. Is the collective of humanity ready for that? No. We will never do. We, beings of light, that are here to assist humanity and this beautiful planet Earth to ascend, all our actions are carefully planned. We don't want to increase the fear. So humanity needs to raise the awareness for that to happen. And believe me, that awareness is growing minute, second by second. And this video will help with this movement. When that will happen? When the collective of humanity is ready to embrace us without fear, to interact with us with an open heart, in a high vibration of love. We can't just show up and push the vibration of everyone down or the most of humanity to 100 fear. That would not serve anyone. So we are not going to do it. But keep doing what you are doing. And I'm putting the call to everyone else that already have experience with us. Speak about. Let others know that they don't need to fear us. Because we are you. Many of you has aspects of yourself in each one of the dimensions. And secondly, because each being that's vibrating the fifth dimension and up knows that is one with oneness. So if we know we are one with everything, including you, and we don't love you, means we don't love us. If we harm you, that means we harm us. Who's gonna do that? knowing. Now, I know you guys have been doing that. You guys have been hurting yourself and one another. But it's because you have been taught wrong. We have no judgment for that. But we already know better, so you don't do it. We're gonna interact with all single one of you that is ready to interact with us from a higher vibration of love and up. Would you like to see that happen? Would you like to see an open contact? Share your story. Share your story with us. Make this a common knowledge, not a joke. If more of you start telling the truth about those interactions in love, the consciousness of humanity will get ready sooner. So we congratulate the initiative of those two loving beings that are doing that. And I ask that you that was attracted to this information to refrain from judgment. If you're not ready to embrace that knowledge, it's okay. Walk away and come back when you're ready. I know you guys like date, so love dates. If everything keeps growing, if the awareness of humanity keeps moving on the speed that's moving, we can see an open contact between February and June. But remember, humanity has free will. So don't come and judge this dear one. That's just the messenger, if that didn't happen that frame. Instead, go ahead and start sharing whatever you already know. So more people talking about their own experience from the heart, it will become a common knowledge, not a joke. Because any information, any contact with it for many decades, even hundreds of years, has been judged, and people has been cut out of, like what you call social cancels. Now I can't even say that name. Everyone is having, cancel, I forgot, or the one can't remember how you say. Cancel culture. Okay. So, and we're not talking about the ones that went to a mental institution for that. But those times are over. If you had an open experience, it's safe to go there and tell to everyone. Just speak from your heart. And when that becomes a common knowledge, not a reason to create shame on whoever have a contact, and then humanity will be ready and we will come. Thank you for the question.
Thank you for the answer. What was the name of the blue avian who was speaking through you?
I don't know if I pronounced right, but she said something like Avethra, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm really hard to pronounce the names that I don't know, that I never seen before.
Yes. Thank you so much.
So we are more than 1 hour, but I think we should still channel Archangel Michael. Is that okay? Is that too late there?
Yes, let's do that.
Yeah,
That
we can
would
do
be
Archangel Michael and then we
perfect
can.
conclusion.
Yeah.
Ending.
Would you have a question for Archangel Michael? You are muted right now. You are mute.
Yes, perhaps I would ask the following question. There is the book of Urantia, Urantia book.
Yes.
It was received, or it was started to be. It started to be received in 1911. For several years, there came information from the main universe. Yes, in one of the biggest parts of the Urantia book, which is dedicated to Jesus, we get the information that Jesus was the incarnation of Archangel Michael. And we know that Archangel Michael is an aspect of the source, is an aspect of God. And so his disciples could see that God was with them. Yeah, they saw that Jesus was godly, and and this is the information from the Urantia book, that Jesus was the incarnation of Archangel Michael. And I would like to ask this question: Will you will you say that that is true, or perhaps you can give us some other view of this? This is my question.
Okay.
About
Thank you for the
Jesus.
question. Yes, I understand. I put the intention to connect to Archangel Michael to answer the question according to the Urantian book that says that Jesus was an incarnation, an aspect of Archangel Michael. Is that true? What do you want to tell us about this? Dear children of light, the Urantia material was inspired by us to bring information and awareness of your divine nature. But I think you are aware that for many centuries, I would say thousands of years, there is let's say, shadow government, a power that wants to suppress the knowledge. This material is very, has an energy of so much light that they were not able to completely suppress it. But as they do many times, not everything that is exactly the truth. Some things was modified to create confusion. Some things that were very clear, they make not so clear. That's what we have to say. But about 40% of this book, that knowledge, is still represent the truth. Was or is Jesus an aspect of me Yes, but that's not all the truth. Because you also are an aspect of me. You are also one with me. So, and who am I? Am I God? I am as God as you are. Be patient. I know I'm not helping yet. Let's start the story from the top down. Once upon a time, there was only consciousness, creativity, light, joy, love. Nothing was happening. That was the unified field of consciousness. That was oneness. Nothing happened there. So oneness decided to take a look in a lower dimension, project itself to a lower dimension. By doing that, it projects itself as three aspects: Father, Mother, and Son. And that was born the first son. Am I that first son? Yes, I am part of that consciousness, so you, so everybody. And then you say, oh, so was like God separated itself in three. Not exactly. There was a projection of three where each one had individual traits, even though each one could perceive themselves as the whole. Each one would, when all three join, combine, would become one. And each one individually would have the ability to go up in dimension and connect with the whole and feel oneness too. So that was the first Jesus, the first son. Now let's go back a little bit in dimension. The anti-material explained this maybe with other words, and then came down to another dimension. Let's say God started on the 15th, the Trinity on the 14th dimension. And then when God projected itself to the 13th dimension, there was the 7 major universes. Is Archangel Michael part of those 7 major universes? Yes, but so you, so everybody else. Is Jesus there in that 7 major universe? Of course. All oneness is there. One of those 7 major universes, each one would have a consciousness, individualized consciousness, but at the same time could connect with all the other 6 and feel the wholeness, or go up in dimension, individual, connect to the mother, to the son, or to the father, or connect with all 3 and feel the wholeness, and go all the way to source and feel whole. One of these consciousness is what you call as Archangel Metatron. But let's explore more. And then the 12 creations was manifested. It's like God now, Source, is splitting his consciousness in 12 creations. The first creation was the creation of dedicated to unconditional love. And the archangel, let's call that the realm of archangels, the 12th dimension. One of them was what you call Jesus. That's not separated from any one of the other 11 archangels. It's simple and it's complicated. We're trying to separate so you can feel the individuality, but nothing is separated. And then you have other universes. And for example, there is the universe of health that was given to Archangel Raphael, and the 12th creation, that's the combination of all the 11 creations, was given to Archangel Michael. So Archangel Michael is an overseer, and then there will come down dimensions, 7, 10th, 9, and so on, until you get here to the third dimension where you are. And all the souls, first there was what you call involution. We went to come down into dimension. Until one point, Archangel Michael decided to come to the Milky Way galaxy. That was the first humanoid race. That was the Lions, and Archangel Michael was there. He came with his counterpart Faith, and that was created the race, the Lion race, in the Milky Way galaxy. And at the same time, there was an aspect of Archangel Michael. But Archangel Michael itself, he continues on the 12th dimension, connected with everything. The local universes is also responsible. Archangel Michael oversees all the local universes. And each local universe, there is a logos. Archangel Michael is in charge, but everything there is consciousness. Our galaxy has a consciousness. The Earth has consciousness. The consciousness of our local universe, what we call the logos, is an aspect of Jesus. Because we are descending, let's say that, okay, if you want kind of track Jesus, even though the Jesus is a combination of everything always, because it's the first son, that's also the father. Let's say you have Jesus, and then you have Archangel Metatron, you have Jesus on the first major universe. The 12 major universe is kind of a combination of everything, so you have Jesus consciousness, but it's like that's Archangel Michael, but it's like Archangel Michael is like the warrior part of Jesus consciousness. And then come down in dimension, you have the local universe, that the logos is Jesus, and Archangel Michael is the warrior that they oversee and make sure everything is okay. When Jesus incarnated, there was the logos incarnate with the ability to become enlightened and connect heaven to earth. When he became enlightened, that's what happened. The heavens descended. There was a straight highway all the way to source. I hope that helps for many of you that is listening to that for the first time. It's hard to digest. We understand that. Do you have to understand all of that? No. At least not at this point. Actually, that the truth is already in you. You already know that. But perhaps you have so many other things that you need to take care of at this moment. And that's all right. I hope we answer your question.
Yes, that was nice. Yeah, it sounds complicated, but we know that there is one big principle, and that is a variety in oneness. Yeah, it means, yeah, we are a variety of souls, children of God, and we are all one. And this oneness is in everyone. Yes, and that is why we want we want to connect with each other. We are joyful when we get together. Yes, because that is the will of our Father, Mother. That we are one, and when we practice this oneness, we are very happy.
Yes.
And so, as you said, as Michael said, the knowledge is in us.
Yes. So it has been almost 2 hours. It goes very, very fast. It was a pleasure. Thank you, Natasha. Thank you for doing that with me again. And thank you that hold on all the way to the end. For some of you, this knowledge can be very simple. For others, kind of challenging. But always all right. Just follow your heart, and whatever you are ready to do at the moment, that's what you're supposed to be doing. And then we are always evolve. Maybe tomorrow you want to do something else, and it's okay to move on and start to experience different things too. So thank you, Natasha. Love and light to all. And see you next week for another show.